This is the Roulette Master, and I am so excited today because one of my subscribers, Aaron B., says that he has unlocked the secret to Roulette, and he says he used AI technology and ChatGPT to create the best roulette system ever. And I cannot wait to introduce to you the incredible new Milestone method roulette system today. And today we're going to test this system against another fantastic system. We're going to test it against Kentucky White's moving corners, and we're going to start with that first. So let's go ahead and we'll place two corners out there to start, and we see we have a zero balance. Let's go ahead and spin. This should be an awesome matchup, and I can't wait to share with you what Aaron B has been working on, and that's a zero to start. And when we lose with moving corners, we just add another corner, and now we have 12 numbers instead of 8. So let's go ahead and spin, and let's see what we get here. Again, this is Kentucky White's moving corners, and that's a 33 black. Okay, we lost, and when we add the fourth one in, we double the bet. So let's go ahead and do that. And now instead of 20, we're going to have 40, and then we're going to go ahead and spin. And the great thing about Kentucky White systems is that the more you lose, the better chance you have of winning the next spin. And there we go right there. That's a nice $50 win, and we're up $25. And you can move these things wherever you want them. We'll go, in fact, let's go top left and bottom right this time. Let's go ahead and spin, and here we go. So this is moving corners. We're going to keep moving them around, starting with 2, then going to 3, and I'll share with you what to do next. Let's go ahead and add one more here. And we don't double till we get to 4, so all we're doing now is adding 4 more numbers, and that's a 34 red. And that's a fantastic win. The earlier the better, and we're up $45. So let's go top right and bottom left this time. And let's go ahead and spin. There's $5 on each. 8 numbers covered, and then we'll go to, if we lose this one, we'll go to 12, and so on and so forth. That's a 18 red, and we lost. So let's go ahead and add another one in, and then spin. And if we go to 4, we double the bet. So here we go. That's a 26 black. Fantastic. Another early win, and we're up $65. The earlier the better. And this time let's start with a few in the middle here. And spin. As long as you're moving these corners around, it's okay. And the key is in the progression and the bankroll and all that good stuff. But we just lost that first one there with a double zero. And we're going to add the next one in now and spin and see if we can get a win here with 12 numbers now. And that's a 22 black. And we did not hit it, so we're going to add the fourth one in. And then we'll go ahead and double the bet from 20 to 40. And let's see if we can get a win here. Now all of a sudden, we have 4 corners out there, so that's 16 numbers. Okay, we lost again. So now when we add the 5th one in, it's important to add it in at 10 because the rest of them are already there. And that's because we doubled previously. So now we go from 50 to 100, and now all of a sudden we have 20 numbers covered. That's a 17 black. And that's a nice win. So $80 win. We're up $80. Let's start with 2 on the bottom this time and spin. We'll keep moving these around. And here we go with Kentucky White's moving corners. And that's a 6 black. Okay, we lost. Let's add another one. And this is one of my friends' favorite systems. I have a bunch of friends that didn't originally play roulette, but I showed them how to do it. And this is one of their favorites for sure. So let's add a 4th one in here. And let's go ahead and double now from 20 to 40 and spin. And here we go. That's a 29 black. And that's a $50 win. So we're up $105 now. Let's start with, let's see. Actually, let's start with one top left and top right this time. Okay, let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. All right. That's an 11 black. And we lost, so let's add another one in there. Let's add that one right there and spin. And again, once we get to 4, we double. We're not there yet. That's a 16 red. Okay, that's a loss, so we'll add the 4th one and then double. Okay, now we're at $40 total bet, and let's go ahead and spin. That's a 3 red. And we got it. That's a $50 win. Now all of a sudden we're up $130. So you can see how good this system can be. And let's go ahead and start right there with those 2 across the bottom there. Back to 8 numbers, and here we go. That's a 31 black. Okay, we lost. Let's add another one. Let's go right here and then spin. Now we have a $15 total bet, and you can start with 1 corner if you would like. But remember, you don't double until you get to 4. But today we started with 2, and we're up $150. So let's add 2 more in here, and then spin. And as long as you're moving them around, you're good. The key is in the progression and the bankroll, which we'll go over here in a second. That is another loss. So let's add another one, and then spin. Here we go. Now we have 3. That's 12 numbers covered. And here we go. That's a 22 black. Okay, we lost that one. So let's add another one. And now we need to double because we have 4. So now all of a sudden we're at 40 instead of 20. And here we go. That's a 25 red. And we lost. So let's place our 5th one out there. Remember, when we add the 5th one, we add it in at 10 because the rest are already at 10 because we previously doubled. Now we're going to go from 50 to 100 and spin. And here we go. That's a 34 red. Fantastic. That's another $80 win. We're up $165. And let's go ahead and start with these 2 right here. Just make sure they don't overlap. And here we go. That's a 15 black. That's fantastic. And the earlier the better. And now we're up $200. You see how that pays off when you hit it early like that on 8 numbers. That's awesome. And here we go. That's an 8 black. Okay, that's a loss there. So we'll add 1 more and spin. Here we go. All right, let's see what we get here. That's a 27 red. Look at that, another early win, and now we're up $220. Let's pick 2 more. This is going really well, and let's keep it rolling. All right, here we go. That's a 25 red. Okay, we lost, so let's add another one. Now we have 12 numbers covered, and here we go. With each loss, you have a better chance of winning the next bet, and that's a 10 black. Fantastic. Another nice early win, and we're up $240. Let's start with 1 here and 1 here. All right, here we go. Excuse me. And let's see what we get here. That's a 24 black. Hey, we lost. So we'll add another one in and spin. Here we go. And that's a 19 red. Okay, we lost again. So again, when we get to 4, we double. So let's go ahead and do that. Once we add it in, now we're at 40 instead of 20. And here we go. That's a 33 black. And that's a nice win. Another early win. We're up $265. And let's go right there. And we'll put them right together on this one and see if we can get lucky here. That's a 12 red, and we lost that one. Okay, so let's go ahead and add another one. Let's add this one right here and spin. Again, we don't double till we get to 4, and we're at 3 right now. And that's a 1 red, so we lost again. So again, now we double. And we'll add 1 first, then go from 20 to 40 and spin. Let's see if we can get a high number here and get one of these wins. Ooh, it's low. That's a 4 black. Okay, so we'll add the 5th one. Again, when we add the 5th one, we add it in at 10. And that's because the rest are already at 10 because we previously doubled. Then we go from 50 to 100, and now all of a sudden we have 20 numbers covered and a much better chance to win. That's a 5 red. Okay, we lost. This is the first time we've lost past the 5, so now we're going to go to 6. And when we get to 6, instead of, you can see on these other ones, they're already at 20. So we add the next one in at 20. So then after we do that, we double the bet from 120 to 240. And here we go. And we'll go over the bankroll right here after we recover. And that's a 36 red. Okay, we got the win. And we had a really good chance of winning that one because we had 6 corners, or 24 numbers. And when we get a win there at that level, we try to get 2 wins. So let's go ahead and do that. You can also peel one off and go back to the previous one. There's a couple different ways of playing this. But let's try to get 2 wins at 240. So here we go. That's a 25 red. And we got it. So we reset. So we're up $340 now. Let's start back with 2. And another way you can do that as well, obviously you can peel one off and go back to 5. You can try to get 2 wins, or if you're up a lot after 1 win, it's okay to reset and play safer. So there's a couple different ways you can do that final step there. And we're on 3 now. But the safest one is to just get 1 win and reset, take a little bit of a setback, and protect all your bankroll. But that's another nice early win there. We're up 360, and here we go. Just depends on your risk tolerance once you get to that 6th one. And I know Kentucky White likes to pull them off some and go back from 6 to 5 and do it that way. And there's a couple, but again, there's a couple different ways to recover there. We lost that one, so we'll add a 3rd one in and spin. And again, we don't double till we get to 4. And here we go. That's a 15 black. That's another nice early win. We're up $380. And let's go ahead and go right here and spin, see if we can get a win here. And let's see what we get. That's a 16 red. And we missed that one, so we'll add a 3rd one in now. Let me actually put it down here. I'm feeling that one. Let's go ahead and spin. And now we have 12 numbers covered. Here we go. That's a 19 red. And we lost. So let's add in the 4th one. Again, when we do that, we double. So we'll go 20 to 40 and spin. And again, once we get to the 6th one, you can either try to get 2 wins, you can go from 6 back to 5, or you can just reset after 1 win, depending on how much profit you have. And it looks like we're going back to 5 again, so let's add the 5th one in. We add that in at 10 because the rest are already at 10. Then we double from 50 to 100, and now all of a sudden we have 20 numbers covered, and you have a much better chance of winning. That's a 28 black. And see, there it is. And now we're up $395. So you can see that. And we'll go over those recovery methods again on the 6th. And so again, you can go from 6 to 5 after you win. You can try to get 2 wins with 6 to reset, or you can just get 1 win and take a small setback and restart. That's the safest way to do it. And now we're at $430 after that really nice early win there. So let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. That's a 17 black. And let's go ahead and add another one. And spin. And if you want to check out Kentucky White's site, you can check out Professional Roulette Strategies and see exactly how he plays it on there. And let's go ahead and add our 3rd one in now. Let's go ahead and spin again here and see if we can get a win with 12 numbers. That's a 24 black. Okay, and we lost that one. Let's add the next one in and then double. And spin. All right, here we go. That's a 0. We don't like that. So now we're going to add in the 5th one. And remember, we always add that in at 10 because we previously doubled, and then we'll double from 50 to 100, and we have a much greater chance of winning now because we have 5 corners. That's 20 numbers. But we just lost again, so let's see where that puts us. And we need to add this one here on the end, and we add that in at 20. So now we're going to double from 120 to 240. And then we're going to go ahead and spin. And again, now we can either get 2 wins at 6. We can go from 6 to 5 and get 2 wins. or we can reset after one win. But we lost. So if we lose, the next step is we have to double again. So we go from 240 to 480. This is a $2,000 bankroll system with $5 units. And it's a, if you use dollar units, it's a $400 bankroll. So let's get a win now at 480. And here we go. All right, here we go. And that's a 7 red. Oh, man, we lost again. So let's see where we're at now. We're at minus 470. We have $1,500 left. So we're going to have to double again to 960. We still have enough bankroll left to do that. Again, this is $2,000 bankroll with $5 units. And then it's a $400 bankroll if you're using dollar units. So you can see we need to get another win. And if you're this high and you get a win, you need to cut that back in half or go. And I would just stay here at 6. So let's go ahead and let's take some of those off. So here we go. Let's see. Let's go back to 80 each. Let me add one of those back in again. Oops, I got to add those back in just a second. Okay, let me get these all the same here, and then we'll go backwards a little bit. But basically, you want to, if your bets get this high, you need to reduce them. So once you get one win, and let's do that. Okay, now we're at 480 total bet. Let's get a win. That's a 23 red. Okay, and there's a nice $240 win. Now we're back up $250. And the time has expired. So after 15 minutes and a little bit over 15 minutes, we made $250 with moving corners. I'm glad you got to see a bunch of losses at the 6 corners, so you could see, what happens if you, if the bets do get really huge. And the answer is you don't want to keep them that high. If you get a really high bet like that, around $1,000, even though we have the bankroll to do so, you want to reduce it after you get one. You never want to keep the bets that high. But I'm glad we could recover, and it's a great system to win. Win fairly quickly and get out with the money. And let me know what you guys think down in the comments as always. But I always love Moving Corners by Kentuck White. And again, if you want to check it out on Professional Roulette Strategies, you can check it out over there as well. And that would be fantastic. So now it is time for the new roulette system of the day. I can't wait to get to this one. This sounds incredible. Let's just jump right in there and get started. Here we go. All right, the time is finally here for the incredible new Milestone Method Roulette System by Aaron B. He says he used AI technology and ChatGPT to create the best roulette system ever, and I can't wait to share this with you. Let's place the bets. And we're not going to bet on the last 6 numbers. So here we go, and we're going to leave those out. And that's the 0, the 23, the 3, the 7, the 10, and the 13. So let's go ahead and do that. And here we go. And then we're going to bet on everything else to start, but that's going to change as we go through. And here we go. Let's put all these bets down. And then we'll make sure they look right, and we'll get started with this method. So again, the 0, the 23, the 3, the 7, the 10, and the 13. So, okay, we're going to go ahead and start with a $32 total bet. And let's go ahead and spin. Here we go with the Milestone Method Roulette System by Aaron B. And that's a 34 red. And I can't wait to share with you what the milestones are as well. And we're up $4. So we're going to take off the one that hit last. And then we're just going to spin again. Here we go. Let's see what we get here. That's a 21 red. Okay, that's another win. That's a $5 win. We're up $9. We're going to take that one out. Okay, and let's see. That is the 21. Okay, so let's go ahead and just spin again. Now we have a $30 total bet. And here we go. That's a 34 red. Okay, and we lost. And when we lose, all you do is you double the bet. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And we'll go from 30 to 60 and spin. And I can't wait to share with you what the milestones are as well as we go through here. And he said this is never lost. And he said he's been testing this over and over again. So that's a $12 win. We're currently at -9. And we're going to take the 9 out now. Okay. There we go. And we're at a $58 total bet now. And again, he says he's tried this over and over and over again, and it's never lost. So that's a 12 red. And that's a $14 win there. We're up 5, and we take that out. So we're going to take out the 12. Okay. Now we have a $56 bet, and let's go ahead and spin again here. Here we go. That's a 23 red. And we lost, so we're going to double the bet. So we're going to go from 56 to 112 and spin. And here we go. That's a 2 black. Fantastic. That's a $32 win. We're at -19 right now, but we're going to be patient. And we're going to take out the 2. Okay, so now we're at 108 total bet, and let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. That's a 6 black. Fantastic. That's a $36 win. We're back in profit, and we're going to take out the 6. Okay, and the first milestone is going to be $100 profit. So we're going to keep going until we get there. We're up 17. This is a 104 total bet now, and let's spin. That's a 35 black. Okay, that's a $40 win, and now we're up $57, and we take out the 35. Okay, now we're at $100 total bet, and once we get to $100, the first milestone, we will restart. That's a 7 red, and we lost. So we're going to have to double the bet from 100 to 200, and we have plenty of bankroll to do so. We'll talk about that in a minute. And now we have a $200 total bet out there. And let's see if we can hit something that that hasn't hit in a while. That's a 4 black. Okay, that's a nice $88 win. We're up $45. So we're going to take that out. And here we go. So we're going to take out the 4. Okay. Now we have a 192 total bet. And let's spin. That's a 32 red. That's a $96 win, and we just hit our first milestone of $100. We're up $141, so now we restart. So again, now we're going to look at the last 4 here, and just so I can mark these, let's go ahead and mark them with a different bet amount. The 32, the 4, the 7, and then we'll take them off here in a second. So the 35, the 6, and the 2. And then let's put the dollar bets out there, and then we'll take those off. So here we go. That's an easy way to make sure you get it right. As long as it doesn't, as long as it doesn't spin while you're doing it, right? So you have to watch your time on this one. But it's amazing that he said this has never lost, and he's tested it like over and over again, many, many times. And now let's take those ones off that we marked. There we go, and there's our $32 bet to start. And now our next goal is going to be to try to get another $100 or another $100 in profit, which would be $200. So let's go ahead and spin. And he says that this has never failed, so this is exciting. Let's see if it works again. That's a 29 black. That's a $4 win. We're up $145, and we're going to take out the 29. So let's do that next. Okay, and then we just spin at a $31 total bet. This is the Milestone Method by Aaron B. And that's another win. That's a $5 win. We're up $150. And now we take out the 22. Okay, so then now we have a $30 bet, and let's spin. Here we go. That's a 1 red. $6 win. We'll take it. We're up $156. And now we'll take out the 1. And let's go ahead and spend $29 total bet now. That's a 5 red. Fantastic. That's a $7 win. We're up $163 now. So now we're going to take out the 5. So let's do that. And now we have a $28 bet out there. Here we go. That's a 19 red. Okay, that's an $8 win. We're up 171. We're getting closer to that next milestone, and we're going to take off the 19. So let's go ahead and do that. And now we have a $27 bet out there, taking off each one as they win. And then that is a 9 red. Okay, another $9 win there. It changes each time, though. We're up 180 now. And we're going to take out the 9. So let's do that. Okay, now we have a $26 bet out there. And so far, so good with the milestone method. Let's see if this continues. Aaron B says this is unbelievable. And that's a $10 win. We're up $190. So we're getting close to our next milestone. And here we go. I gotta hit the deduct one on here. There we go. Okay, now we have a $25 bet. Let's go ahead and spin. All right, here we go. That's a 29 black, and that's a loss. So now we're gonna double the bet. So let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna double from 25 to 50 and spin. And here we go. Again, the next milestone is $200. Okay, that's a 34 red. That's a $22 win. We're up 187, and we're going to take out the 34 now. Okay, and now we're at a $48 total bet, and we're up 187. We're getting pretty close to that next milestone. That's a 21 red. Okay, that's a nice $24 win. We hit our next milestone. We restart now. So we're going to, let's go ahead and mark the ones that we're not going to bet on to start again. 21, 34, and then we'll take them off. This is just a good way to mark them. 14, 9, and 19. Okay, and then we're going to put $1 on everything else, and then we'll take those off. Just so you don't have to think as much, and you can just put them out there and then take them off. Okay, here we go. This is the milestone method. He says Aaron B says it's never lost, and it's been tried over and over again. So this is pretty exciting. Let's see if he's right, and we're going to continue to do this. Now we're going to take those ones we marked off. Okay, now we have a $32 total bet, and we're up 211. The next milestone is $300. All right, here we go. Let's continue on and keep making money with this new system from Aaron B. That is a $4 win. We're up 215. So we're going to take out the 4. Let's go ahead and do that, and then spin again. All right, here we go with the milestone method by Aaron B. That is a 4 black. And what do you know? That's a loss there. We're going to have to double that bet. So we'll go from 31 to 62 and spin. So each time you lose, you just double, and then you pull off the ones that win. Okay, that's a $10 win. We're up 194. We're trying to get to 300. And here we go. We're going to take that 22 off and spin. There we go. And let's see what we get here. That's a 18 red. Okay, that's a nice $12 win. We're up 206. And here we go. All right, let's take out the 18 and spin. All right, that's a 35 black. Another nice win. We're up 220. So now we're going to take out the 35. And then let's go ahead and spin again here. Here we go. That's a 31 black. Good win there. We're trying to get to 300, our new milestone. And we're going to take out the 31 now. Okay, and spin, we're at a $54 total bet. And so far, this has been smooth sailing, but let's see how it goes for the rest of the way through here. That's a nice win there, $18 win. We're up $254. And let's take the 24 out now. Okay, and then spin. Here we go. All right. That's a 22 black. That's a loss, so we're going to double the bet. 52 to 104. We're up $202, and let's go ahead and spin. That's a 17 black. Okay, that's a nice $40 win. We're up $242, and we'll take out the 17. Okay, now we're at $100 total bet. We're up $242, trying to get to 300 as our next milestone. We're going 100 at a time on these milestones. And Aaron B says when you get up $500, you cash out. So that's a $44 win. And so basically you get 5 milestones. We're up $286 now. And we're going to take that 3 out now. Okay, and now we're at $96 total bet. We're getting real close to that milestone, and let's see if we can get it here. That's a 12 red. Okay, that's a $48 win, and we're up $334. We have a new milestone. Our new one will be 400, and now we can restart. So you can see where we were before. Let's take those off, and let's place the bets back out there again. So again, we're going to mark the ones, the last 6, the 12, the 3, oh, not there, the 3, the 17, the 22, and the 24. And then also the 31. So again, we're just marking these. We're going to take these off here in a second, but now you can just place $1 on everything else, and then we'll take those off. Okay. That way you make sure you don't make a mistake, and let's put these out here, and then we'll take those 10s off. Okay, so now let's take the 10s off that we marked, which were the last 6 numbers. There we go, and now we're at a $32 total bet. Let's go ahead and spin, and we're up $334. Our next milestone is $400, and here we go. And again, Aaron B says he cashes out when he's made 5 milestones or $500, and he says he has not lost yet. So that's a $4 win. We're up $338. We're going to take out the 29, so let's go ahead and do that. And then spin. We're at $31 total bet now. Okay, that's a 14 red. Okay, that's a $5 win. We're up $343. Let's take that one out. Okay, so now we're at a $30 total bet with the milestone method by Aaron B. And that's a 36 red. Okay, another win. We're up $349. We'll take that one out. Okay, and now we have a $29 total bet. And actually, this is our last spin. We're at 15 minutes. That's a 14 red. Oh, and we just happened to lose the last one, our last spin, but we still made $320 in 15 minutes with the milestone method. And really, we never got in any trouble there. This you can use up to a $2,000 bankroll for this one, and really, we never got in any trouble at all. And he said he's never lost with this one. So if you guys would test this out and let me know and let everyone else know down in the comments if you're getting similar results, I would love to hear from you. Again, he said he used AI technology and ChatGPT to create the best roulette system possible. Let me know what you guys think, as always. And if you want to submit a system, please submit it to roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. That's roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. We do this every single day of the week, 365 days of the year, in the search for the best roulette system possible each and every day. And if you're enjoying that search with me, please like, share, and subscribe. And let's keep growing this community of people that love roulette. This is the Roulette Master, and have a great day, everybody.